Hi, I wanted to talk about things that people call and ask for because they're confused about what they need. And one is people call and ask for, they say they need a living will, when what they really ask for, need, is a last will. Well, a last will and testament is the document people create for after they are no longer here, after they die. It's the document that says how they want their bounty. I think that's even a legal term. How they want their bounty disposed of after they pass. It can be general. Generally, it's pretty general. They want all their tangible personal property. So everything that you can see in this office is tangible personal property. The house is called real property, but they want their tangible personal property distributed equally amongst whomever they name. And it also talks about who they want to be responsible for doing that, whoever they choose to do that. That's the responsibility of arranging for people to come in and pick and choose and take whatever physical possessions they're wanted. Oftentimes, and I always recommend this, the last will and testament includes, as a separate document, what's called a separate writing memorandum or a list of tangible personal property where they list who they want to get what. So, right now in this room, from what you can see, I don't know that I want anybody specific to have anything that you can see. There is a desk behind me, which belonged to my father's mother, whom I never knew, but it was my father's mother's desk. I'm pretty sure it's well over 100 years old. I've never had it appraised. I've never brought in the Antique Roadshow to tell me what they think it's worth. And my granddaughter said she would take it. Now, my brothers don't want it. And I would hate to see it scrapped. So that would go on the list. It would say Tori Winthrop Desk, is what it would say. I have jewelry that I want given to certain people. The thing that's interesting that I've done for years is harder when somebody's in their 30s and 40s. When people get into their 50s and 60s, maybe even older, I recommend that anything they own that's tangible, they give to the person they want to have it and they give it to them now. Two reasons. The emotional reason is I'd much rather have somebody give me something now that I can enjoy while they're alive and then enjoy it differently after they pass. The more calculated reason is that if it's no longer in my possession, people can't come in and argue over it because it's not here. And as much as most families believe that their children or grandchildren will not argue, sadly, it happens often enough, not the majority of the time, maybe not even a predominance of the time, happens often enough that even though the loved one isn't here to see it, it would break their heart and it pulls families apart. That's a last will and testament. The living will, which people call and say, I need a living will, is a document that you do while you're living, interestingly enough. And it's about end of life decisions. You've got a terminal illness, you've got an end stage condition. They are legally a little bit different. They're both defined by the medical community, meaning your doctor and one other doctor, saying there's no reasonable medical probability of your recovery. First time I heard that, I thought, that sounds like a lawyer. We're going to, be vague. And think about it. Do you want somebody promising you that your loved one will pass or promising that your loved one will survive? Can't be promised. Based on best possible evidence, a reasonable medical probability, and then people can choose. How do they want to have that look? Life support, feeding tubes, ventilators, whatever, or not. Antibiotics, surgery, couple of other things that I'm not remembering. If there's no reasonable medical probability, do you want those to be administered or not? It's your decision along with your doctor. And you want to make those known to people. And you also want to choose the person who's going to hold up that piece of paper in front of everybody to be the one who'll honor your decisions, whether they agree with them or not. There's a big distinction between the last will and testament and the living will. And again, I have a lot of people call and ask for the living will when what they want is the last will. I've never had the confusion go in the other direction. Just something to think about for yourself and as you're planning. If you haven't done your plan, please get it done. Your family will have great peace of mind. If I can help in any way, please email me or call. I think that's going across the bottom of the screen. And meanwhile, have a great day. Thanks.